All right. What's up? We're working. I see people. Evening, everybody. Are we live? Yes, we are. So this is very weird doing an evening one. We haven't done an evening one in a long time. We used to go live at night when there's a little bit of tropical activity, and there's a little bit of tropical activity. Little bit. So let everybody chime on here, get on. We got the live satellite above my head. Let me put it in rotation here. This is a current look at the juicy Gulf of Mexico. Donna, cool over there on YouTube. We are live. Look at that. So, hey, happy Friday. What's up, everybody? Good evening. It's 6 p.m. in Oldsmar, Florida, home of Mike's Weather Page and a lot of cool local people. We're going to go to a local tap house tonight and support local. But we're going to talk about the tropics. Just in case anybody's questioning what's going on, it's going to be a little short and sweet. But there it is. That's the satellite above me. That's what's happening in the Gulf of Mexico. And we got a little bit of chance for tropical activity tomorrow. So I'm going to get into all that. Probably won't be live tomorrow unless things really change. But you never know. Morning, Gail, or afternoon, Gail. James Wood. We're live. What's up? What's up, Amy? We got Mary Hernandez. Good morning. That's 3 mornings. I'm like a robot. I'm a puppet. I'm used to 9:19 in the morning. All right, so here's what we got. We're going to talk about it really quick. Let me pull it up here. We got a little bit of tropics. We've been talking a lot about this possibility here with the NHC graphic. There we go. It's a little circle, 10%. They're not really excited about it. Either should you, as far as being worried. So that's the bottom line. We always trust the NHC, National Weather Service. I'm going to offer some of my opinions. Remember, my opinions don't mean anything because I'm not a professional, but you should be taking advice from. Get that out of the way. But we do have a little window of opportunity. I'm telling you, this little sucker could surprise everybody tomorrow. And I'll show you a few reasons why. But we're going to show you some models and what's going on. We got spaghetti models already for this little guy. Levi's site will be updating soon. It takes a little while for all the main models to run, but these are your initial models that get run. They used to be the old BAM suite, now they're Tab. Shows that west motion. There's no doubt about that. This is an old lingering frontal line. Old lingering frontal lines leave a little bit of seed. We always talk about tropical seeds. They get planted. And that's how it starts. It's so cool. Sometimes they happen on the East Coast too, but this is usually like later season stuff, early season stuff. Rare front coming down into the Gulf of Mexico, leaving behind some juice. So that's that. So jumping right into some models. This I really believe in the HRRR. This is what we're going to look at going for the next 48 hours. The Hurricane Hunters are scheduled to fly out tomorrow and possibly Sunday if this thing doesn't make landfall before then. So the Hurricane Hunters will be going out tomorrow. There's a new NHC update at 8 o'clock. It's only 10%. They only giving us a 10% chance to be a tropical depression, tropical storm. In my opinion, that's a little low, and I'm going to show you why. But rain regardless. I showed this graphic earlier. I think it's important to show Mother Nature hopefully sometimes has a way of evening itself out. But we have extreme drought going on in Texas right now. Here's your latest map. So somebody at least here south is going to get a little bit of rain. Unfortunately, upper parts of Texas probably not going to get that much, but at least middle part south is going to get a little bit of rain, which is good. Okay, so here's your HRR. It's a great model. I got called out for using the NAM. The NAM, I believe, is a great indicator of short-term, quick little spin-up systems, not strength, not anything else. Never use the NAM with a hurricane or tropical storm. But anyway, this is what we got. So you're going to see this tonight. You have rains throughout tonight. This is current radar through this evening. And what we're going to get, we're going to have a little dying off. It's normal at night. These systems, do that in the morning tomorrow. But look at this spin. This is the HRR. And I'm going to rewind it. This is tomorrow. This is tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we're starting to see some spin on the radar tomorrow. This is throughout the day tomorrow. This is all tomorrow. So it's going to have a whole day out here over that warm Gulf of Mexico. So throughout the day tomorrow, we're going to see some storms rolling into northern Gulf into Louisiana. We're going to see some storms rolling into the Louisiana-Texas state line into Houston. Some of these could, have some strength. They're going to be coming in, as we normally see with tropical systems. Cyclones is low pressure, basically. So that'll be happening throughout the day tomorrow. Nothing to worry about. But as we get into Sunday, look, even more chance of a spinner spinning in. And this stops here Sunday afternoon. So here's the whole motion. You can see clear rotation and low pressure trying to get going. So that alone right there means, we have a decent shot. It's going to be tropical depression, maybe even tropical storm. Effects are the same. Rain, coastal rains, inland rains once this sucker, and it's a slow mover. So we could have some pretty high accumulation once this thing decides to go inland. So isolated storms, it looks like around Corpus Christi, a little bit north, is going to be the center on most models. We still are going to get some storms, whipping in around, but the heavy core looks like it's still going to be the southern half of Texas going westward. So, I mean, nothing to get too worked up about on that. The Euro, here, let's just go into all the different models. This is about as zoomed in as I can get. Actually, we can go maybe a little bit closer here. This is Tropical Tidbits. We use Tropical Tidbits a lot. Here is the Euro, and, this is Sunday morning, 10:11. Could be tropical depression, tropical storm. You see the core of the rains. Everybody's pretty much jumping on board now. Here's the Euro, Sunday morning. That was the Euro. This is the GFS. Even the GFS is jumping on board. Lower Texas, Sunday morning. That's the final impact landfall. The Icon's been doing really good this year. Phenomenal model. I love it. One of my favorite. Here's Sunday morning. So you get the idea. The heaviest stuff is the southern half, the bottom half of Texas, and it really looks like it's going to be going inland, straight due west, with 2 days over water. There's the Icon, little window. Nothing's under 1,000 millibar, so again, nothing to be worried about as far as winds go. But hey, we haven't had anything to talk about in a while. Here's the Canadian model, about the same thing. So there you have it. Even the old NAM, which people say don't use, I still like it. Shows you that spin and final impact right there. Again, nothing below 1,000 millibar. So bottom line, it's fun to watch. Texas needs the rain. The water temperatures are very warm, above normal. Let's show you all the conditions of why I think this has got a better shot than 10%. So water temperatures here, definitely warm, 30 degrees Celsius, pretty warm this time of year, above normal. Here's your map, a little bit above normal, close to about a degree or two above normal this time of year. There's relatively low wind shear currently. Let's look at all the wind shear maps. This is hard to look at because it kind of cuts out here, but this is your general area. Greens are very light winds, yellow kind of light. Upper level winds are starting to build almost an anticyclone above. So it's getting the winds, upper level, mid-level winds on its side as far as trying to develop. So there is a window there. We have another shear map here showing shear tendency. And let me zoom in on it and I'll circle the area that we're looking at. Blues are relatively light wind shear. So another favorable condition that this thing might try to be a little sneaky. Looking at vorticity signatures, it's the old school maps we use all the time. But there you go, 850. It's kind of broad right now, but this is your lower level spin. Good signature. It's trying to build a lower level core. 500 millibar, same thing. So it's elongated. Elongated systems have a little harder time to get tightened up, but the main fact is that we have spin on 850, which is your lower level, and we also have spin on your middle level, and that's two things that we need for developing systems. So here's your latest null school map. You kind of get an idea where the center of circulation is. This is lower level 850. There you go, right on the Texas Louisiana line, basically, same as last night. You go to 700 millibar. It's displaced a little bit. 500 is also kind of spread out. So, you got 850, 700, 500. So it's not particularly stacked yet, but you never know. In the 250 millimeter, whoops, we really took a flight there. We just went out of this world. 250 is very light winds too. The upper level winds are slowing down. So it's got a lot of favorable conditions. So anyway, that's it. That's Keith's glorified thunderstorm. If you want to call it that, I agree. But that people want to know. And that's what we got. So I think, I think what we saw was some of these last-second little spin-ups. We just got to keep an eye on it, you know. Got a lot of convection in the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf waters are hot. We got moisture, so there's not a lot of there's no dry air in the Gulf of Mexico, as a matter of fact. I have updated the website. I updated the app. So you should have fresh modeling data on the app. I have a water vapor loop. I'm trying to find it here. Here's your water vapor loop. So there you go. This is your funnel line, but look at a lot of moisture in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's a lot. So other than the fact that it's elongated right now and it doesn't really have a lot of structure, it's going to take time, but it does have probably a day and almost day and a half over water. So you never know. I mean, again, I'm not hyping it up. Hurricane seems pretty out of far fetched, but you never say never in the tropics. That's for sure. We saw Collins spin up out of nowhere. So just keep an eye on it. That's all we got. No dust in the Gulf. Good evening, Kathy Moats. So there you go. I like to do these little evening live quickies, just to kind of go over everything. Mike Sherman, how's it going? Cinnamon rolls coming up. Steer it to Houston. Houston might get a little bit. Rain with a name. Hey, it might be that. I know, I get it. Hey, I just tell like it is. All right, let's look at the latest rainfall. Remember, the spaghetti models are going to start getting updated on Levi's site pretty soon, but it's pretty cut and dry where it's going. This thing's going to be going west into Texas, so no biggie there. No questions there. Most of your ensembles are all doing the same thing. So the question now is what it does in a day and a half. Pressures are kind of dropping a little bit. Nothing. But the winds are definitely broad. You can see very broad rotation, surface level winds. So it's fascinating. It's what we do. We watch this stuff. Some of the rainfall maps. Let's look at the latest couple maps here we can look at. Since all the models are pretty much on board, this blend might be good now. Some of the models weren't jumping on board earlier, but now we got a little bit more, so we could probably get some more accurate rainfall totals. So let's go out 5 days. There you go. So again, pretty much cut in half here as far as who gets the heavy stuff. And that's been the case. We got some coastal areas that could get a little bit more, 3-4 inches now showing up. So it's a big question mark, but our system's basically going to go due west over the next 3 days. So that's that. That in a nutshell. There you go, a little quickie. There you go. Nothing to get too worked up about. A couple of other things. I'm not going to show models right now, but this same front is going to get a secondary front coming down, and there's still a good chance that it's going to wrap up around the East Coast middle to end of next week, bringing a little bit extra rain chances for the Northeast. That's welcoming. They're in a drought there also. So we're still looking at that outside chance of this technically part of the same frontal system could spin up a little low pressure on the East Coast next week, and it could get close enough to the Northeast to bring a little rain. Definitely, maybe possibly to Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. And then, of course, Africa. We're just watching Africa. A lot of dust out there now, but still a lot of juice out there. And it's very interesting to watch. Got another big wave coming off. Some of this dry air pretty much squishing this last one that just came off. But this one could be curious, and there's another one behind it. So nothing really showing up long range. I do have some ensemble maps here kind of giving everybody an idea. Remember we showed this earlier, the Gulf of Mexico. This overnight ensemble map was only showing about 25-30% for tropical depression. Now the Euro is definitely showing this general area a lot higher chances. But the note here is that when you click tropical storm, none. So they're not expecting much other than a tropical depression, low-end tropical storm. The main tropical Atlantic, here's our current wave that's out there now that looks pretty healthy, but it's got a lot of dust. Here's our second wave we just showed. Whether or not it sticks or not, we'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, you go out 10 days and, we're getting big question marks. But here is the end of the week possibilities here brewing off the East Coast also. So that's nothing to worry about. I'm not going to go into that too much. Let's go to one more. Yeah, that's about it. I kind of covered everything. Let's see what I got here. I kind of like everything. We did everything I wanted to do. So it's time to drink some High Life. Any questions? I think we're good. So NHC is going to have a new update at 8 o'clock tonight. They'll have another one at 2 in the morning, and then I have another one at 8 in the morning. So we'll see what they say. If the models overnight start to, up the chance a little bit, maybe they'll up the chances. But right now they're at 10%, so it looks like a rainmaker. But like I said, you'll get some squall lines coming in off of the Gulf, and that'll be it. So there you go. That was one run-on sentence, man. I don't think I came up for air. Ina June, thank you. Let's get some crayons, Jamie says. You're going to get a couple little bit of, hey, Mary Krause, good morning or afternoon. That's 4 times. Steering for the storm, Christina, great question. It's actually breaking off of the front. And here, great question. Steering maps, this is a great site. I have it right here on my site. It says upper steering map right here. Steering maps are primarily controlled by your upper level winds, upper steering map. And this is a great, I'm glad you asked that. So here we have a big high pressure system over the U.S. right now currently. And it's spinning in winds. And they ride along these upper level winds. So pretty much the upper level winds, mid-level winds are spinning anything west. So there you go. Got a blocking high pressure to the north. And, if this was a storm, in the past, where we're tracking storms for days and 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 days, we look at things like this. Here's Tropical Tidbits again, big high pressure system, pretty much blocking any chance of any steering currents north. So how about that for a question? Christina, I have one. How about 2? Let's see. Shelly says I'll settle back on my chair. Any more? Nope. Have a great night, Michelle. Thank you. Appreciate it. Robin, good for you. You got one. We're going to take the golf cart out. Thanks, Mike, for Corpus Christi. Well, hey, Julie Balderson, you might be right in the heart of it. Diane, you're going to help lay sod. 30-year veteran. Good for you. Just watch the weather. Make sure you pay attention to your radar. Your radar is your friend. Might be a little bit of light action overnight. I have a great page here with tropical definitions here. Let me show you. Oh, if I can find it. I never can find these things. Tropical terms. This is a great site. That isn't it. Wrong link. I don't even know what the heck I picked there. All right, tropical terms. Should be. There it is. So we have. Before I said, I wanted to see if we have. Oh yeah, DMAX, DMIN. I just want to make sure we had it before I showed it. But your DMAX, DMIN are how thunderstorms are affected. During sunset, what does important tropical storm activity tend to follow a diurnal cycle, meaning intensity near sunrise and waning at sunset. And that's exactly what the models are picking up for. So what to look for is a burst of convection early in the morning, which is DMAX, and then we get a weakening DMIN at night. So the reason that when you go look at the HRR, let's take a look at Levi's site, and we'll go to the 18Z on Levi's site. And as you can see, this is nighttime, and then tomorrow we get a big burst of activity. And then we get Saturday night, and then we get another burst of activity Sunday morning. So weaker systems definitely in developing stages follow the DMIN, DMAX a lot more than they do once you have an established system. So it's in the early stages, but there you go. We'll see. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? All right, well, there you go. Evening live, I just picked my nose. And listen, my shirt is officially 23 hours old. I joked about it this morning. I am going to go change because I told Julie, now that I'm on TV, I get called out 24-hour shirt cycles. And this shirt cycled last night at officially 6:20. It's 6:19. So, all right, we'll see everybody. If any changes, I'll be live tomorrow, but we'll see. Maybe Sunday. We'll play it by ear. Maybe tomorrow night. So yeah, I'm going to be live over the weekend if this thing turns out. If it fizzles, I'm not. But if it ups it, then just pay attention. And there we go. So all right, have a good one. Have a great evening. See you soon. Bye bye.